I feel like the infrastructure for tourists is not there yet. That could be a positive or negative. I think depends who you ask. The change that we've seen in AI in the short time that we've been working on it is tremendous.
Tremendous.
I would say so, yes.
You are the ones who are now training the AI then?
Yeah, the model.
But eventually, the AI will train itself. Otherwise, it's not AI, right? I mean, AI...
I feel like it depends on the model.
We give feedback to the model.
The model already knows what plus 1 equals 2.
Yeah.
But now it needs to know how to put it in a conversation.
I grew up with cats. He grew up with dogs. So we got...
Like Mowgli.
Yeah.
This question of do I really want to have children? You know, I feel like sometimes people just have children because it's the next step.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you get married, you have children.
Yes, you're right. What do you think the plans for AI are? Now, there's AI to create video, create text. What's going to be next after this?
You know, a lot of scientific discoveries were made because people were like, what if I miss these two things?
Yeah.
You know, what if I taste this? What if I try this? What if I put this on?
Yeah, what if?
Yes. And I feel like that's something that AI doesn't have, at least not yet.
What I was wondering myself, and I think that many people are wondering that, is will AI replace programmers? In all those stores, you're not allowed to, as an employee, take the food home. It has to be thrown away. That's, mandatory. Containers per day.
Yeah.
Huge containers per day. Burger King, Smullers, Kiosk, Broodzaak, all those stores at the train station, in all the Netherlands. So I decided to every day, at the end of my shift, in the middle of the night, hand it out to the people. This is something that I think that should change. NS stations and kiosks. Will ChatGPT be able to do more accurate responses in the near future and not copy paste from Google?
Communication, I feel like it is never without a motive.
Welcome to the second episode of the Amsterdam podcast Couchsurfing edition. My name is Tycho, I'm born and raised in Amsterdam, and in this podcast I have Couchsurfers who are sleeping here on my couch. Not right now, this is my cat, and they are the guests in my podcast. I'm hosting Couchsurfers since 2013. I've heard many stories through the years, and I thought I should make a podcast about this. In today's episode, my guests are Josue and Sebastian from Mexico. They work at a very big AI company, and we're gonna talk about that, as you know, because you clicked on the thumbnail, you've seen the title of this video. Press that like button, and if you really want to support me, you can buy me a coffee.
Who are you and where are you from?
We're from Mexico, and my name is Sebastian.
My name is Josue.
It's my first time in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's my second time, but I've really explored it more this time.
Yeah.
The last time I was here.
One day, right?
One day, I was only here one day, and I feel like we have changed a lot the way we travel. Before we used to travel, get up at 6, go see 25 museums in one day, very rushed, and I feel like right now we wake up, we go out, we explore, we do some research on museums and see which ones people really want to see, and which ones we can skip, but.
Yeah, because 25 museums in one day. Because this time you did one museum for 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's indeed totally the opposite.
Yeah, and we were going quickly, so.
And going quickly also.
Yeah.
What's your job? To get to know you a little bit before we get into the Amsterdam Couchsurfing stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. We are working for part-time, and we are AI trainers.
Yes. So we train a model of artificial intelligence, mostly text-based. So it's an LLM, a large language model, and so if you've used a very famous assistant for artificial intelligence, a text assistant that a lot of people use, especially at school, we
work for them.
Yeah, to work for them. We work in the image and also text.
Especially at school, you say?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people use it now at school to write papers.
Oh, I thought that the teachers were using it also now or something there. But
there are
students.
There are the detectors now, so...
Yeah, there are some detectors.
Sounds like Harry Potter or the detectors.
Yeah.
Like this system is using AI to...
Yeah? They can see that now?
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of times the text models, they tend to sound a bit robotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times, they give you accurate information, and it's written in a way that makes sense grammatically, and maybe a syntax is correct, but it doesn't sound very natural. It doesn't sound the way we would say it.
I think you can provide previous examples of your works and ask the model to make it sound like you wrote it.
Yeah.
Because I have not used it a lot, but I know that if you say like write something about my balcony in a lightful and airy way with a few jokes in between here and there, then it would do that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and then it would seem like a real human kind of wrote it, right? I mean, or still robotic, but still the
Yeah. Yeah.
The more specific you do your prompt, the better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The answer you get. Also.
Yes. Yeah. And you can always tweak it, say make it shorter, make it longer,
Yeah.
make it as robotic.
Make it less robotic.
Yeah. So sometimes it tries to make a joke and it's just odd jokes.
Yeah. Oil jokes.
This is kind of funny, but you can ask to like in the prompt, like take your time and do it slowly.
Yes.
And do it step by step, and the answer is better. We don't know why.
Yeah, we don't know why. I think it might be because if you just ask to write a summary of a book,
Yeah.
then it's just gonna take the whole book and write the whole summary. But
Yeah.
maybe if you say write me just a summary of the first chapter and then the second chapter, I feel like the model, when you ask it to do things step by step, I feel like it takes its time to do each separate thing and tries to see like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And connects it in a way that feels more natural,
Yeah.
as opposed to if it does one, the whole thing in just one go.
This reminds me of the AI in Photoshop, for example. If you had a generative fill, if you want to extend the photo, but if you do it in once, it will do a bad job. But if you do it part by part, little by little, you extend a little bit on the right side of the photo, more on the right side, more on the bottom, then it makes it sharp and
Yes,
work.
exactly. Yeah, it's the
Kind
same
of the same.
concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you break it down into different steps,
Yeah.
like if you give it a math problem, as opposed to just giving him a very complex problem, if you break it down into small parts, then it gets better that way. There's a lot of tricks that
You can always try.
Yeah.
Also, you can ask like, pretend you're my psychologist. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
To write like different perspectives.
Yeah.
As well.
It's funny. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting job.
It is very interesting. Pretend you're my psychologist. Okay.
Yeah. Or you can say like, pretend you are my interviewer for my job application on that subject and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but look, because you are the ones who are now training the AI. Then
Yeah, the model.
but eventually, the AI will train itself. Otherwise, it's not AI, right? I mean, AI.
Well, I feel like it depends on the model, because there are some models that are made specifically to solve a specific task.
Yeah.
So there are some models that might be only used in biology,
Yeah.
or medicine, and so
Or this specific application of medicine, like
yes, and so-
radiology
Yeah.
interpretation, or
and so those benefit from having humans, fine tune it, because
yeah,
a model has select, unless it's connected to the internet, a lot of the time the model only has a select and like the specific and limited, although it's very big, ends up being a limited set of data in which it is trained.
I thought it was connected to the internet.
Some are not. Some are just based on petabytes, like 45,000 petabytes of information
Petabytes.
and text.
Wait,
Yes.
how many terabytes is it?
It's like 1,000.
Okay.
think so.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
a lot of information.
Petabytes.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I feel like it needs a little bit of the human input. Otherwise, it's just refitting its own information back in a circle. So it needs like a different approach from the outside.
and
Hence
we work in that part in the fine tuning. Like
Yes.
we give feedback to the model, so
Yes.
Yeah.
learns.
Yeah, so the model already knows 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
But now it needs to know how to put it in a conversation that is natural and that it's not aggressive, it's not offensive.
Yep.
Sometimes it tries to be funny and it can come off as rude.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are a lot of nuances in human language that the model doesn't really fully capture just yet. I was actually working on a task the other day, and it was given a fact, but it was worded as a criticism. So those are the type of things that it needs to be really careful.
Yeah.
because a lot of people rely on the information that it gives them as a fact, you know, and it can influence the way people think. And so I feel like, you know, I can tell you something in two very different tones and they can mean different things, even though the words are the same.
Depends on the context.
It depends on the context and and our conversation and the tone, posture, all of these things. You cannot really translate it into text. It's difficult. And I feel like that's essentially what we're doing, so that it learns to be more human, I guess, to a certain extent, as much as it can.
Because you said just now, you correct its mistakes.
Yes.
You correct the mistakes of the AI. So you say the AI, hey, like, yeah, okay, next time, you know, be a bit more lighthearted at this subject or something.
Yeah, you can do that like on the chat. But we as AI trainers, we give this feedback to the model, so it learns. I mean, like we give like qualitative and quantitative assessment.
Yes.
To different answers we get from the model, and we say like, oh, this is better than this one because of this, or and we give a number like this, like a ranking,
rating and ranking the different responses, and then we also provide an ideal response. So what we think would be the best way for the model to answer this specific question.
Yeah.
It's our specific campaigns are more general, but there are sometimes campaigns that are, as we were saying before, maybe it's a model that is only going to be used in a specific, maybe radiology for medicine, you know, and so in that case, maybe you would need a specific type of training and a specific type of professional to work on that model. Yeah, but you know, we're working more on the specific nuances of conversations between humans, and it's a little bit more general.
Yeah,
what we do.
Well, that's only the half part of us, because we just work for part-time.
Yes,
and we travel in the other
half. The other half. Yeah, what's the other half?
Yeah, we are travelers.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wait, is that a job? Or it's like, I don't know.
It requires a lot of time.
Of course, yes.
And a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Because
it's a passion.
It's a passion. Yeah.
Very good. I was going to ask about your passion. So, you know, we're there now. We're here.
Yes.
So traveling is your passion, but also maybe you want it to be your job, potentially, or I don't know. You travel for work or not? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's very particular. You know, every person has their own, you know, their own passion. But for us specifically, the job is just the job.
Yeah.
It's what we do to fund.
Yeah. To pay the bills. But I mean, we haven't found yet a way to monetize our travels. But maybe sometime in the future we will figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
But we know how to travel cheap.
Yes.
That's a nice way.
Yes. We're traveling very cheap.
Yeah.
This journey, this last journey that we're taking.
This journey now.
Yes. We started in January, in the middle of January. And we started in Spain. Then we went into Switzerland, Italy, France, the UK, Albania. Well, back to France again.
Yeah,
why not?
Germany, and I fear the Netherlands. And
Belgium, you skipped Belgium.
We skipped Belgium.
Yeah, there's a good reason for that. Eh? So why? Why did you skip Belgium?
Honestly, because we're traveling for cheap.
Yeah.
Most of the times it's just, okay, where can we go from here that is the cheapest? You know, when we were in Albania, we were like, okay, we want to go back to Western Europe. And let's look at the flights. If we find a cheap flight to Rome, we'll take it. If we find a cheap flight to Spain, we'll take it. We just take the cheapest flight we can.
Albania, how was Albania? Because that's not a place where people usually go.
No. It was great.
I never hear that.
Yeah, I some friends from Germany. I studied in southern Germany for a year.
Yeah.
When I was in university, and made some really great friends. And so I told them, hey, I'm gonna be here
in Europe,
a couple of months in Europe. Do you want to meet up? And they all said yes, but please let's go somewhere sunny.
Okay.
Somewhere warmer.
Yeah.
Because they were tired of the German winter.
Indeed.
And so, so we said, well, why not Albania?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some good beaches, and
Okay.
the capital, Tirana. It's really nice. That we actually really surprised.
Is there maybe you have some photos that we put on the screen right now?
Yeah,
Sure, right?
Yeah.
We have some photos we can share.
Some photos. Very
It was a very nice trip.
Yes.
We spent a week there. We also went to the city that is called Durrës.
Yes, on the coast.
Flores.
Yes.
Well,
And I think it's getting more popular for travelers, but it wasn't that much in the...
No, it's no, not at all. I feel like the infrastructure for tourists is not there yet. That could be a positive or negative. I think depends who you ask. Some people like to go to locations where it's not overly touristified. So to speak.
but there are tourists there.
There are.
Yes,
but they're not a lot. Not a lot. Definitely not a lot. But yeah, it was very nice. Very nice travel. And so in this trip, the main way that we have saved money is through pet sitting.
Yeah. Yes.
There's many different locations, and couchsurfing as well.
Yes. Couchsurfing and trusted
Housesitters.
Yes.
Yeah. So, indeed, I was going to ask about trusted Housesitters as well. Let's. We had a little on that later, a little bit later. Yeah. But indeed, there's also 2 pets here, and are they okay? Momo, you keep my cats.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're the experts now.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
We love cats.
Not strange behavior.
No, not at all.
Okay.
They are very calm.
Yeah.
Very different.
Look, there was just to head it a little bit back into the AI.
Of course.
Yeah, because it's good. We're deviating here. In Japanese, there's a proverb: "Wakimichi ni soreru," to take the side road in conversations, and that's what we're doing. That's good.
Yes.
But I'm gonna go back on the first road now,
Of course.
because I had a question here.
Yes.
What I was wondering myself, and I think that many people are wondering that, and it's: will AI replace programmers in the future?
I think so. Yeah. I believe that in the next few years we will see a higher developed AI that will do a lot of the stuff we do now as humans.
Yes. I think especially a lot of backend programming. I feel that's when it comes to user interfaces, I feel like that needs the human touch still.
Because
but less human touch, maybe less.
Yes, less. But
it still makes a lot of errors, but
Yes.
It's getting better and better, and we're just starting developing this technology.
Yes.
just in the we've been working on it for a little bit over a year now.
Yeah.
Like a year and 4 months, up a little bit more than that. And the change that we've seen in AI, it's in the short time that we've been working on it. It's
All right.
huge. It's tremendous.
Tremendous.
I would say so. Yes. In the beginning, we were working with like, is this sky blue? Is this jacket denim? Is this flower red? And right now, you can ask a lot more complicated stuff and more complex things. It's not perfect yet. I think it still has a long way to go to be perfect.
Yeah.
But
We were working in this project in which you were able to input images also as part of the prompt.
Yeah.
That's why he said
yes.
to this thing about if the sky is blue.
Yes.
Yes. And I feel like now you can, we submitted
A complicated graph, a graphic, and ask information about it.
But also, have you heard of Firefly, Adobe Firefly, that you write a prompt and then it makes the graph, right? I write down, like, I want to see a 40-year-old Belgian rocker. He's smoking a cigarette. In his left hand, there's a book. And, you write it and then it makes the... that was really impressive. And that was like a few months ago when I tried that out with... I just know Adobe, so I'm just...
I mean, that has increased a lot. It's gotten a lot better. I feel like sometimes...
not perfect yet, indeed. No,
because our work require us to have a very high attention to detail.
Yeah.
Wait, if you just look at a picture in passing, you say, "Oh, it's a great picture."
Yeah.
But then we get to look at it for like an hour.
Yeah.
And like, okay,
You
this
can see
bird
minor.
has 3 feet.
Yeah.
This person has 6 fingers.
Yes.
Yeah.
The leg disappears on the shot.
Yeah.
The back fuses to the table or the chair.
Yeah.
And so I feel like all those fine details. It still has a way to go.
Yeah. Like 1 year and 4 months from now, maybe it will be another tremendous step.
Yeah,
Probably.
So this was programmers, and then the next one is probably also will it replace graphic designers, and probably also
I think graphic designers, yes.
yeah.
well
So,
yeah.
unfortunately.
I remember like 20 years ago, I was photoshopping a photo, 6 hours long, you know, a surrealistic photo, and now it can be done like in a second with the AI in Photoshop. Then I mean, so
Exactly. I feel like when it comes to marketing, it might take a little bit longer. I'm not saying it won't, because we don't know. But I feel like in a lot of the professions or tasks that require some degree of understanding the human mind, I feel like those are gonna take a little bit longer to get replaced, because that's what I was saying. Maybe back-end programming might be easier to replace. Maybe not easier, but maybe faster to replace by AI.
Yeah.
Because it can very quickly do the building blocks of a website or of a program. And then the part where people interact with them might take a little bit of a human touch still.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't know where it's gonna be in 5 years from now.
I mean, AI is very good doing repetitive things we humans do. But I am not sure if it's gonna ever have the ability to make science or like to get research stuff.
Yeah, I think new discoveries require a lot of creativity.
Yeah.
And
it's not capable of doing that.
No, it's something that we humans have.
Yeah.
And it's something that you can ask the model to have.
Yeah.
But it's not something that it has on its own by itself.
Yeah.
A lot of scientific discoveries were made because people were like, what if I miss these two things?
Yeah.
What if I taste this? What if I try this? What if I put this on?
Yeah. What if?
Yes. And I feel like that's something that AI doesn't have, at least not yet.
Yeah. Not yet, indeed.
Yeah. Well, we don't know about it.
No.
Yet.
Yeah, because it just has to think, or what if?
Yeah,
but it's like what if? That's the whole thing, of course. And what if this, then this? If this, then this. So
yeah. It's just the liberty of the human mind.
Yeah.
That we have, that a machine does not have, because the machine was trained to do A, B, C.
And also the ability to do experiments. I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
And with AI, it has a lot of regulations. So because it can be dangerous, it is programmed in a way that do not deviate from this, and this.
Oh, that is true?
Yeah, it has
it's
a lot.
Like,
yes, it has a lot.
Movie and also the book.
Yes, and when if we encounter when we're working, if we encounter something that is considered content that is not allowed, then that is like the worst type of punishment for the AI. And then in that way, it learns that, okay, there was a terrible answer.
Yes.
I should not respond like this.
Yeah. Or this is sensitive content.
Sensitive content. Because it has to be safe for everyone to use it.
Yeah.
And I feel like while those limitations are good when it comes to allowing everyone to use it safely, it also limits the creativity you can have, the creativity that has led a lot of scientific discoveries to happen. So I don't know if it's going to be able to create this whole new thing. I feel like a lot of times we imagine AI in the next 20 years and it's going to be like replace all scientists and replace all doctors and replace everything because it's going to create everything.
No,
but I think it can be very difficult.
Scientists and doctors not, but a lot of other professions.
A lot of professions.
Yeah, a lot of professions are going to be
but
displaced.
Isaac Asimov now, I'm thinking about it. So you read that book, maybe, I don't know, The Complete Robot, and he made also the rules of robots. I don't know them, but I put them on the screen right now. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like that, kind of like, and it's this dark future in his books also. I read that. Yeah.
At first, he used to speak to the AI, like asking, like gently, like, please, could you tell this because he's afraid that in the future
when the machine revolution comes, I want to be safe.
Yeah.
I mean, this is funny, but
It's funny. Yeah.
I've told that to a lot of people, and a lot of people do the same.
Yeah.
They're like, I always say, hello, how are you? Please, thank you. Because when the AI overlords command the world, then I want them to be nice to me.
To you, yeah.
So you do think that's going to happen very quick? We're still alive.
Well, we're not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, if
Nice.
you seen the movie Space Odyssey,
Oh yeah, I didn't see it, but indeed, it's Space Odyssey 2001. Huh?
yeah. There's this part in which the machine gets mad at the spaceman, and it's like
A lot of Black Mirror episodes also.
Yeah.
Yes.
But those remind me of the book from Isaac Asimov, the books, you know.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, who knows? There are many things we don't know yet.
Yeah. I feel like there are many applications that we cannot even fathom just yet.
Yeah.
That we cannot even comprehend them. Because, for example, this 20 years ago,
Yeah.
unheard of. Maybe the people that were already thinking about it and started to working on it,
Yeah.
maybe they were in on it and they knew what it could become. But I feel like the general public had no idea that this was going to be a thing in 2004.
Yeah.
You know? So I can only imagine where we're going to be in 20 more years, in 10 more years.
Yeah.
Because, technology grows exponentially.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Not just AI, just technology in general.
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Yeah, it's
where
nice.
gonna be.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that it's very exciting
Yeah.
to see what's going to happen, but
Yes.
also kind of terrifying because it depends on whose hands
Yeah.
this technology is.
Yeah.
Because it can be very helpful for the everyday person. It can also become dangerous.
But it's the same as other technology
Yes.
things. Like, I don't know, Elon Musk is now trying things with brain, whatever, neurological stuff.
Neuralink, I think they
And
call
now
it.
it's like very scary and, crazy
Scientists.
But in 100 or 200 years, maybe people will be able to if you're disabled, I don't know, because it has to do with the brain, to fix
Yes.
those things with chips and stuff. And
Yeah.
this is the first step, I guess. Like, there's enough to do with AI, or I don't know, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there are many things that we don't even consider right now. For example, in genetic modification.
Yeah.
It started as a thing of, well, why can we fix genes? But then you sort of realize the ethics and the ethic implications of genetic modification. If I change this, what's going to happen to the rest of the genes? Because they all work together.
Yeah.
And so how much change are we allowed to make on a human, even with their consent? And we don't, there are so many combinations that we don't know where it's going to lead.
Yeah.
I feel like with AI, it's such a new technology that as soon as it reaches general, what do you call it? Like the general intelligence, I think they call it. At the point where AI becomes, smarter than the average human.
Oh yeah.
And so it starts being able to do a lot of things correctly.
Yeah.
So I feel like once we reach that threshold, then I think it's gonna be a different conversation then.
Okay, so I asked two people if they had a question, because I said, yeah.
Okay.
So this is a very good friend of mine, and she is working in a video game company as a HR, blah, 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 blah. So we
Yes.
talked about AI, because also in her company she notices, stuff, and she's working, with AI, etc. So the question is, can you tell us what you think the plans for AI are? Now there's AI to create video, create text. What's going to be next after this?
I think general AI.
Yeah,
General-
yeah, what you just now said, actually.
Yes. I think that is like the main, or at least the short-term goal to reach. Because once it reaches that,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot easier to train it and ask it to do specific things.
The general knowledge of the AI. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, and
Yes.
I think specific topics or things that AI can be fine-tuned to do that type of tasks. Like we said, like in medical applications. So like this. Yeah.
Yes, I feel like it has the potential to do a lot of good, but it also has a potential to do not so good.
Okay. I have another question here from Ashley, acquaintance of mine. She's a 3D artist, and she asks, will ChatGPT be able to do more accurate responses in the near future and not copy-paste from Google? I guess that's her feeling about this.
Right.
Yeah.
I think so. The thing is, when you ask ChatGPT something, it's pulling information from the source of knowledge that it has. So ChatGPT was trained with, this whole library, so to speak, of text and information and articles and books and everything.
Yeah.
So it's pulling information from there.
Yes.
And, sometimes, coincidentally, it's also the information and the results that you would get from Google when you look it up. I feel like the more it trains to be better at responding, the more it's going to be able to give you the information in a more natural way, as we were saying, a more human way of explaining a topic that doesn't sound like it's just copy-pasting from from Google. I think so. I definitely think so. We don't know when the next iteration of ChatGPT is going to come out. I think they advertised it for like this year, maybe next year.
I am not sure.
ChatGPT 5, I think they're gonna call it.
Yeah, there are very different AI models that are being developed in a parallel world.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think so. I think the main issue I think this question touches on is how ChatGPT gives information that, again, doesn't sound like the way a human would explain a topic.
I do want to say that they are both very happy and using the AI. So indeed, she told me also that she's using ChatGPT for her work, but but apparently it feels like Google sometimes. So okay, yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I guess that's all for AI for now. So I just let's head into couchsurfing. How did you find out about couchsurfing? Yeah.
Well, I heard of it a few years ago, but I didn't try it until this trip we're having now. And
this trip only.
Yes.
Indeed.
We had our first experience in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And
what was? I'm the fourth, right?
Yes, the first one was in Edinburgh. Then it was Bristol.
Bristol, all right.
Then Paris,
and then you.
Yeah.
Amsterdam. Very nice place. Very nice city.
Yes.
But in between, you were also doing trusted. What else?
Yes.
Trusted house.
Trusted house sitters, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you do something else in between also? Airbnb or?
Yeah.
The thing is, we found pet sits and some pet sits. So maybe like a pet sit would be from the 1st to the 10th of March.
Yeah.
And then we'll have another pet sit on the 13th of March.
Yeah.
And now some have to find a way, something to do in between one pet sit and another.
But in the same city, you were.
Sometimes it would be the same city, sometimes it would be different city.
For example, we were cat sitting in Zurich, and then we had another pet sit in London.
Yeah.
We had like 5 days in between.
But Zurich was Zurich on the list just now from the? Oh no.
Switzerland, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we had these days in between the sits.
Yeah.
And we were like, we should go to Italy. So we went to Genoa. And we also went to Nice because we found a cheap flight from Nice to London.
Yeah.
And we stayed in a hostel in Genoa and in an Airbnb in Nice. So yeah. Nice. Sometimes in between seats we do also hostels, Airbnb, or Couchsurfing. Yeah. So that's
very nice, and that you can remember everything also. I mean, do you write it down? You write it down.
No.
It's nice. This trip, it's amazing.
Yeah, we're in several countries. I can tell them. I would have to make a list of copies.
Don't you want to write it down a little bit? Like, you were surfing here. There was a cat there. Then you did a hostel a few days. I don't know. It's so wild, actually. This journey.
We remember everything.
Really?
Yeah. The names of the pets. As well.
mean, right now, yes.
Yeah, now.
But maybe in 10 years.
No, it's 10 years.
I'm not sure. But
yeah. Well, we have a lot of pictures, so we can go chronologically.
Yeah.
Say, this.
Make a nice book.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. But it's a nice recommendation. I think we should start writing something.
Maybe a tiny bit.
Yeah.
That's what I always do when I'm somewhere. I'm just forgetting, like, oh wait, I'm a week in Ukraine or something, and then I forget, like, what did I do on day 1, 2? So I just write on little notes, like, okay, day 1, I went up the mountain.
Well, we have this podcast now. And
Yeah,
we can
that's
visit
true.
it 10 years.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Trusted house sitter. So you're good with any pets. If it's Winnie Pig, Winnie Pig's
I
okay.
think
Sure.
we are more used to cats and dogs. So because I grew up with cats, he grew up with that dog. So we got
Like Mowgli.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have actually found some pet sits that has like 3 horses and 10 sheep.
Yeah, no.
And 5 dogs.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
I mean,
Did you? But you didn't do that.
no.
Very good. 3 horses.
Yeah, we only do pets that we are comfortable with.
Yeah.
We also we don't do
Big dogs. Yeah, because it's difficult to control them.
Yeah.
Saint Bernards. No Saint Bernards for you.
Well, Saint Bernards are like usually very slow.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah.
They're huge, but they're not very.
They carry your drink also.
Yes.
Also, it depends on the pet's training.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's also.
So what other animals don't you do? Big dogs and I don't know. Maybe.
I will horses.
Yeah, horses, of course, elephants. Yeah.
Or sheep.
Or sheep. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a snake or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends mainly on the responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're looking at a listing in Trusted House Series, you can see what they inspect.
Yeah.
So if they have sheep, but the only indication is fill up the water container for the sheep, then we can do that.
Yeah.
And pet them a little bit.
Yes. But if it's like, hey, take the horse, take it around. I don't know if we're comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That people really put
Yeah.
that request on there.
Especially in France.
In France.
In France,
For
there
some
are like
reason.
many seats. Like
A lot of seats.
You
They're in
have
the
to-
countryside.
Yeah.
So we-
and you have to manage the complete farm or something.
But I guess some people will love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just. I mean,
Someone who likes horses would love,
Of course.
Yeah.
It has everything for everyone.
Yeah. There's also sometimes a limitation of and very responsibly the pet owners right. There is no direct public transportation connection to this house, so you are going to need a car.
Yeah.
And so that's maybe also a limitation for us because traveling here we don't have a car.
Yeah.
Some farms or some places are like 25 minutes from the nearest town by car.
Yeah.
So those maybe we don't really.
Indeed.
But also some people borrows their cars.
Yeah, so some
The
people
dealers.
let you borrow their car as
Okay.
well. It's not very common,
It
but
depends.
we have seen it
Yeah.
show up in some listings.
I know someone with a house in Tuscany, but it's also in the middle of nowhere, this
Yes.
house. Here's the Instagram. But then there's also 2 dogs living at that house, indeed. So there always has to be someone,
taking care of the dogs.
and it's in the middle of nowhere. You need a car,
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's no public transport.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's a great way to save money, of course. And every single person that we've met has been incredible.
Yeah.
And the pets have been
Nice.
so unique.
Yeah.
It's like their own personalities. It's really great. It's a
And
great way.
it also gives you like a nice company through your truck.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah, there was a cat with diabetes. Can we?
Yeah.
Is it too personal
Yeah.
to talk about this cat? But and you are good with that. Huh?
Yeah.
Just
My cat in my parents' house, Matilda has diabetes, so I was used to administering insulin to my cat.
yeah.
It's actually pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Also in Trusted House Sitters, there was also a diabetes cat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had to measure this cat's blood sugar content twice a day, 7 a.m.
Measure the blood.
Yeah. Oh, it's the same as a human little thing with a strip. And there's like a little pen that.
Okay. Yeah.
But for example, a human would do it on the finger.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever had your sugar measure, but you do it on the
I
finger.
guess so. Maybe.
You do a drop of
Maybe I should
blood,
do that.
and then you put a drop of blood on a little thing.
Machine.
It looks like a chronometer or small with a little strip, and then it measures. It's like 5 seconds. It measures the blood sugar, and it's fine. And the cat is used to it. There was no problem.
Yeah.
As well with the insulin shots, the needle is like this big. So
Yeah,
it's really thin.
Yeah.
Do you do this? I mean, you can just do it yourself, or you do it at the doctor, right? Like
No.
I mean,
No, we do it at home.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to.
It's just well, you put the pen.
But why would you do that?
Because if you have a cat with diabetes, you need to know
How is
the blood, the sugar
the sugar levels?
in the blood.
So for me, for example, shall I also try it out, or I don't know? It's just...
I mean, if you have like some family history of diabetes, that you should.
Yeah, there is someone in the family.
You should get checked.
Oh,
you should especially get checked because it jumps a generation. Yeah. So
I feel much better now.
Not right now. I mean,
Right now.
You should start having
Tomorrow.
Some.
Eventually, you should get it checked. If you don't feel like tired or everything, then I mean, I'm not
probably fine.
What did you say one more time? If you don't feel like what? Hiring?
Tired.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I do feel tired, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
so much going on. I don't know.
Not more than
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also, not a doctor, so this is not medical advice.
Yeah, probably just the same.
No, but I did do some blood tests at the doctor many times. Like they take everything and then they check everything. So isn't it all included then? Also?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I did that like last year.
Well, you should get just once a year. You should get your.
Also, my finger checked.
Yes.
But they did it here, I guess.
Oh, it's just.
I took like 7 tubes.
Wow.
Yeah, because I said like check everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So I guess also the diabetes then. Right?
Yeah, I get it checked once a year.
Wow.
It's just a little change
It's a good idea,
on
maybe.
the finger.
Yeah.
You just a drop of blood and they check it. And if your sugar is within normal,
But you do it at home.
It's fine.
You have that thing.
No, I don't have it at home. But I just go to the doctor and get it checked.
Nice. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. And especially because my grandmother also had diabetes, and I know diabetes jumps a generation, so it's not that you're gonna have it.
No.
Mandatory. But the risk is higher with the grandkids than with the kids.
Genetics.
Yes.
Yeah, that is something interesting. Well, I don't like health things so much, so
Yeah.
all right.
But anyway, trusted house sitters.
Yeah.
It's been great. I feel like it's a great way for the pet owners to be at ease and calm, knowing that their pet is being taken care of and the pet is happy while they're away. And I think it's also good for us because
it's very nice because it's a win-win thing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes travels are very stressful for pets.
Yeah.
So I mean, here in Europe, it must be expensive to hire someone to take care of your pets.
Yeah, especially if you're going away 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's also great for us because we come into a home.
Yes.
Because sometimes an Airbnb, we were in an Airbnb in the UK, and it felt like a hospital room.
Yeah.
It was like blue, not blue, white.
Yeah.
Like very white light, and it was only the bed and a desk, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was the whole Airbnb room.
Yeah.
But when we go into someone's home, then it just feels more comfortable. It feels lived in.
Yeah.
And of course the company of the pets.
That's great.
We love the cat purrings and
when they make little biscuits.
Yeah.
Have you hosted Couchsurfers yourself?
Not yet, but of course we're planning to do so in the future.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, get back. I mean,
You have space.
It's been such a great experience for us. We will want to do it as well.
Yeah.
We don't have the space now, but we will in the future.
Yeah.
Certainly.
But I also don't have a lot of space, right? Or I mean, you have a living room?
Oh, well, no, I mean, we don't literally have an apartment.
Oh.
Yes.
Nomads.
No,
Kind of nomads.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
now.
I mean,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for now. I mean, after this trip, we will get a place.
Yeah.
We're actually planning to move to Spain.
Yes.
Oh, to Spain forever.
I'm going forever, but
indeed.
We'll see.
yeah, because there is this digital nomad visa.
Yes.
That we're thinking in applying.
Yes.
So yeah.
So you're gonna leave everyone behind, yeah?
Yes.
That's a big step.
It is a big step, yes. But,
Well,
I mean,
your family and all your friends.
Oh, we can always travel and
we can always visit. And we can always visit.
yeah,
Yeah.
as also
And Skype.
Yeah.
and also hosting our families and
Yeah.
friends.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still.
It's a big move. Yes.
Yeah, it's a big move. It's huge.
Yes.
Okay.
But-
So when's this or what plan? Like within 2 years, 3?
No, probably within the next 6 months.
Oh my word! Wow.
Yes.
It's now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always here. But we've been talking about it pretty much in one way or another since we met each other. and that was almost 3 years ago. So, I mean, this has been long in the making. I mean, the specific details I feel like we have just refined in the past 4 to 5 months, but you know, this is not like something that we just decided on doing yesterday.
No.
Like years.
Okay.
Now that we've been talking about the specifically.
So, but how do you get a house then? Like, what did you say? Digital nomad visa, or what did you say?
Yeah, there's this visa that is called digital nomad visa. It's a new form of getting a visa in Spain.
Yes.
And it gives you like a lot of benefits.
And then how do you find a house then also? That's difficult, right? I mean, or not?
Yeah, I think we will rent an apartment.
Yeah, we just rent an
somewhere.
apartment.
Yeah. We haven't figured it out yet.
But it's not difficult to rent an apartment
in Spain.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know. Here in Amsterdam, you know, it's a real thing.
I think it depends on the city.
It depends on the city.
I mean, if you try to rent something in
Madrid,
it's
that's
expensive.
difficult. Yes,
and also in Barcelona, it's expensive.
Yes.
But there are other cities that are really nice.
Yeah, we're the north.
Probably Bilbao or San Sebastian.
Yep.
Yeah.
The mountains are north also, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go up the mountains.
Yes.
with
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yes, we love hiking.
Oh.
So
Okay.
that's a great.
Skiing also.
Yeah. We haven't tried that much.
But, you know,
Okay.
could be.
And are you gonna take a pet then?
We're gonna take Momo with us.
I mean,
Okay. Well, goodbye, Momo.
of course, we want a pet, but not yet because we still have a lot of
A lot of traveling to do.
traveling plans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes.
We want to go to Asia and
Yes.
South America,
Yes.
probably Australia or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
There's just so many
Oh
places. we
yeah.
wanna do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, we can always do Trusted Housesitters, but I feel like
that's what I'm thinking.
maybe in the beginning we would travel as much as we can. And then at some point when we're like, okay, we've seen 100 countries now, we can
Yeah. Yeah.
We can now,
take like a trip or two a year.
Yeah. Settle down a bit.
Yeah, then we'll do Trusted Housesitters. But we definitely want a cat.
But okay, so first move to Spain and then Asia and South America.
Oh no, I mean it depends. It's
Because you don't need a house if you travel to Asia, like you have.
no. I mean, we will settle down a bit in Spain, like for a couple of years, because we as
how the Mexicans, former Spanish colonies.
yeah, we can ask for citizenship in Spain
2 years.
if you live legally for 2 years in Spain.
Okay.
So
Okay, for 2 years and then you can get a citizenship.
yes,
I think it's 5 years here.
Yes. Oh, in most countries it's between 5 and 6 or 7 years. But everyone from Iberoamericanos,
yeah,
Ibero-American countries, can ask for citizenship in Spain after 2 years.
after 2 years, yeah.
So that is
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this visa would allow us to reside there legally, and so after 2 years of this visa, then we can just turn it into citizenship.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the plan.
But also we want to travel too.
We want to keep traveling.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Explore the world.
We try not to get too caught up on the details of our plans because, you know, life
depends.
rarely goes the way you plan it, and you know, we like to have a direction of where we're going.
Yeah.
And then whatever comes, then we'll just adjust.
Yeah.
To it. Otherwise, I feel like we could get frustrated or like, oh, this didn't happen exactly how I wanted.
Yeah.
Because life doesn't really work that
Indeed.
way. We've learned.
We were actually not planning to do this trip a year ago. So
Yeah.
Trip. Oh.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was
this came up until November
November
of last year.
Yeah. And you went in January, so.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we found a cheap flight and we were like,
Let's
okay,
go.
let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you came to Amsterdam without any plans, right?
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe only this podcast was planned.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna ask, but yeah. Do you have a couchsurfing experience or story you wish to tell? You have done it just 4 times now, but I don't know. Maybe something happened. Maybe not. Is there something?
I mean, we met wonderful people
Yes.
on Couchsurfing.
I feel like it's such a great way to meet very unique people.
Locals
yeah, especially locals.
Yeah.
Yes, because I feel like we are traveling together, and when we go visit a city, unless we already know someone there, like we get an experience of the city as tourists, and I feel like Couchsurfing really allows you to see the city through the eyes of someone that lives there.
Yeah.
That's I feel like it's
very nice recommendations.
Yes.
And the people on Couchsurfing, it's super kind, and yes. Well, at least in our experience.
Yes, all of our experiences have been great.
That's good.
Yes.
You've seen the hosts. Have you seen also maybe friends of the hosts?
Yes, that too. Yeah, we met friends of the hosts. Their partners as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Also very interesting people. When we were in Edinburgh, we were couchsurfing this really, really, really lovely lady. And she had some friends over, which were also very, very interesting people. Yeah. So I feel like it's a great way to meet local people in a. I believe it's more it's authentic and it's relaxed as well, because it's their home. They're gonna feel relaxed. They're gonna maybe open up a little bit more than if it's just like maybe a club. Maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah, someone.
Indeed, yeah. I didn't invite any friends over this time, but you sometimes, indeed, many times. Yeah.
Happens. Yeah.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah. And because we're traveling cheap, I feel like locals always have good recommendations on good food.
Yeah.
To eat for not a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times those recommendations don't really show up on articles or travel guides. So we've discovered really nice places now through Couchsurfing as well.
Okay. While I'm gonna talk a tiny bit about the sponsor, I'm gonna give you a one of these cards.
Oh.
Yeah. With a very honest. You have to give me an honest answer. This is self-reflection. Spark from Seek Discomfort.
Okay.
The guys from Yes Theory, they made this. So you just pick a random card. And think about your answer.
Wow. Okay.
I guess, one card is enough,
Okay.
So the sponsor of this video is Erstwhile. I'm wearing this vest right here, Erstwhile. They gave me this vest. They make t-shirts, socks, a Belgian brand. In the description down below, there's a link. If you fill in TICHO20, you get 20% discounts on your clothes. How does it feel? It feels nice, indeed. So check it out down below. Erstwhile, thank you for sponsoring this podcast. So guys, what is the question? Spark.
Okay, so the question is, which values define you the most? Have they changed over the past year? I feel like the values themselves haven't changed. I feel like we've maybe grown more and embraced more those values.
Yeah, this is a very philosophic question.
Yes.
I do have changed my values over the time, and of course, traveling makes you question ourselves, and so there are some values that you maintain, and as you say, you reinforce or
reinforce. You embrace more.
You embrace more. Yeah,
but,
of course.
Within the past year.
Yeah.
Well, at least not for me. They have that. I don't know. They have changed. I feel like one of them is openness. I feel like we try to be very, very open.
Yeah. You are very open.
To new ideas.
Oh,
new ways of seeing life.
Yeah. In this stage of my life, I feel like I am changing everything. Questioning myself and
it's still openness.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Having an open mind and not really being afraid of questioning yourself and your preconceived ideas and values. Everything should be available to debate by yourself. Is this really what I want, or is this something that I was told to want?
Yeah.
Do I really believe this?
Or why do I believe this?
And why do I believe this? Do I still believe it in the same way that I did 5 years ago? 10 years ago? Have I changed the way I look at something?
Are you thinking? You're thinking this also then? You're thinking like, have I changed? Are these thoughts going through your mind?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, communication.
Yeah.
I feel like it is never without a motive. I feel like we all say things with a reason behind it. Sometimes it can be a very basic, very benign reason behind it. Sometimes it cannot be. And I feel like everything that you see and everything that exists has a reason and a motive behind it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're open to questioning what we think is the reason behind it, and does it align with what I like? So for example, something might be a little bit controversial to some people, but this question of, do I really want to have children? I feel like sometimes people just have children because it's the next step.
Yeah.
It's like, you get married, you have children.
Yes. You're right.
But I feel like rarely do we sit down and think, do I really want children? Yeah. Like, is that something that I really genuinely want? And some people do, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
But I feel like having that open mind, it's not easy.
Yep.
And it can sometimes be a little bit difficult to question everything, because it's always more comfortable to just go about life thinking what you think forever and never really having to change anything. Like, when you start, really analyzing what you think and what you follow, and, I think it helps develop your person as well to a much deeper level. A lot of self-knowledge, I would say. Yeah.
But it's a good example with the kids, indeed, because when you have that age and then, you don't have kids yet. That's like the image, indeed, that's being put on you, put on everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure.
Yeah. Just about Amsterdam. What brought you to Amsterdam? Well, I don't know. Somehow you came here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we mentioned before, we had like some days in between.
One pet sit and
Oh.
between Berlin and Hamburg.
Yeah.
We had 5 days. 5 days. Yeah.
5 days. Yeah.
And so we're wondering what should we do? We're gonna be north.
Yeah.
So we cannot really move too far away, because we have to be in Hamburg around a specific time, because we have to meet the cats and
the cats are waiting.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we look up through trains.
Yes.
And there was a cheap train to Amsterdam.
Oh, it's really not planned. This you didn't even want to come here.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Hey.
it was. It was in our minds, like
Yes.
One day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, I want to go to Amsterdam someday, and I mean, in this region part.
What a coincidence, Jack.
Yeah, but we said,
Funny.
we were thinking, should we go maybe to Munich? Should we go to Copenhagen?
Yeah.
All of like the surrounding areas. Should we go to Warsaw?
Yeah.
And ultimately the decision came down to, okay, so which train is the cheapest?
Yeah.
And so the cheapest one was Amsterdam. And so here we are.
That's it. That's it. Okay.
I think it's it. I mean, we all obviously wanted to come to Amsterdam because
obviously.
we love it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But ultimately the decision came down to.
But you bought the train ticket already ahead then, It's a special.
Yes.
Yeah.
We bought it in the end of March.
Yeah, we were in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been here for 2-3 days now.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the moment of filming this.
Yeah.
What did you do, and was it what you expected? You had expectations of the thing that you were gonna do.
I mean, I've already been here once, so maybe you should answer this question.
I don't know about the expectations, but I mean, so far it's been great. It's been one of the best cities we have been. We always go to art museums because we love art.
Yes, museum.
So we went to this museum. What was it called?
Rijksmuseum. Yeah.
It's a bit difficult to pronounce, but
Yes.
Yeah.
and it's great. I think everyone should go there.
Yes.
I highly recommend.
But allow for a lot of time to see the museum because it's not a museum that you can see in an hour or two. You need, I mean, like support. You can spend the whole day there.
Yeah.
Probably.
And so you had no expectations of this museum at all?
I try to not make expectations about.
In general?
Yeah, I try not to it. Yeah, yes. I mean,
but it's a bit impossible also, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I don't know, if you're going to Japan, you expect to eat noodles and sushi and I don't know, temples.
it's true. Maybe I didn't have enough time to think about this trip. So that's why I didn't have a lot of expectations.
And you were doing a lot also. You were in all the cities before and dogs and cats and
Dogs, cats, work, and traveling.
and work also.
Yeah, people. So yeah.
You're working now remotely?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know.
Traveling and working.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes also sense. But so you worked also here these days? So,
Yes.
In Amsterdam, we
Yeah.
worked yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
a
yeah.
bit. Just a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. You can work anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as we have a computer and internet connection.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, since our specific jobs don't require a schedule,
Yeah.
we just press play on the timer and work. You know, so if we have a 10-hour train, we can work.
Yeah.
Awesome. Because a friend of mine is going to move to Vienna and I can go there by train as well. I mean, the airplane is of course very chill, but the train €30, 12 hours. So
Yeah.
hit record or something, start working. Yeah.
Can edit.
Yeah, you can edit.
Yeah, exactly. This podcast maybe. Yeah, no, indeed.
So you're going to Vienna?
Yes, he's moving now 7 days from now. So Jasper, if you see this, 7 days from now he's moving.
Nice.
I'm going to visit a lot. So yeah, it's just €30 with the train, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cheap. Our train from Berlin to here was, I feel like 25?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Or 30. So
Yeah, that's 7 hours or something?
it was 7.
Yeah.
Yes, we left at 9 a.m. and we got here at 4. So like
Yeah.
11, 12.
And you worked also in the train maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
work by train. Yeah.
Could be productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to travel.
I mean, trains are very nice to, a very nice way to travel and work.
Yes.
Yes.
It's comfortable. Yeah.
And the audio for you doesn't matter, right? I mean, you don't work with audio.
No,
we don't.
We don't usually have beat calls or something. Yeah.
No, it's sometimes like once a month we have like a meeting, but
Yes,
it's
but not in the train then.
no, not in a train.
Yeah.
And it's usually recorded, so we can just attend the meeting after.
Yeah.
Well, this is maybe a bit overlapping, but in general, did Amsterdam live up to the expectations you had? Well, in general.
Yeah.
Maybe you expected a lot of junkies, or I don't know, red light district, I don't know, like cyclists.
No, yeah. I mean, I do expected a lot of cyclists.
A lot of cyclists.
I mean, there are too many cyclists.
Okay.
But yeah, the houses. I mean, everything. It's like in the
Yeah.
pictures I
canals.
saw before. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
and
canals.
we didn't have the greatest weather.
No,
It's
Yeah.
indeed. Like now also.
rainy. Yeah,
It has been
But
rainy.
you knew this, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's technically spring, but I mean, we just
Early spring. So
yeah, weeks into spring. So
Yeah.
But last week it was super hot and stuff, so it's really fluctuating.
yeah.
But you had one good day, right, at least?
Yes, yesterday.
Yeah. Yesterday.
Yeah.
We got a bit
went
of
to
sun.
to Vonderpark.
And the day you arrived, maybe also. Wasn't it nice also?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like switching. So,
Yeah.
okay.
So like half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vonderpark was rainy, right, that day? It was like,
It was sun and then clouds and then sun.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be like
Yeah, what do you
basking
do?
in the sun. And like
Yeah, indeed, hiding.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice.
No, that is good for the next question. Do you have any tips for tourists that want to visit Amsterdam? So, yeah, take your umbrella with you at all times, maybe.
Yeah.
honestly.
The other day we forgot taking the umbrellas.
Yes.
And we were lucky. We were close to the museum, and we spent
Yeah, we just walked
almost the whole day there.
the whole day.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you're coming in a month that it's probably going to rain, it's good to maybe at least have some idea of activities you can do indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the botanical garden, sounds nice. The canal cruise, that's nice. But all of those activities require the day to be nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes.
And so but if it's just rainy and miserable, you can always go into a museum and
enjoy art.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
With some other activities.
I mean, look at the forecast and plan.
Forecast. Yes. Yeah. And maybe bring an umbrella or at least have rainproof jacket.
Yeah.
It's
Your backpack.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah, and I think food. Oh yeah, I think that's very specific. Depends on everyone's budget. But if you want to do it for cheap, we also do this app. It's called.
Highly recommend you doing that.
Yeah, we also do that.
You did that here in Amsterdam?
Yeah, with the other day.
So you go to a restaurant or something. I never used it, but
the app gives you a list of all of the restaurants, and at what time you can pick them up. And they give you. They don't say specifically what it is because it varies from day to day. But it gives you
you're saving food that's gonna be wasted if
yeah. And it's with that. I mean, it's a sandwich that you could very well eat the next day.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
yes.
But it's something that maybe a restaurant would not be able to sell the next day because it's like that croissant is yesterday's fish, but it's. I mean, I would eat it at home.
Yes.
I would eat a croissant from yesterday.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
Indeed.
So why not?
Not every company does this.
No. It's limited. It really depends on the city. We've been in several cities now.
Yeah.
Some cities have been better than other. In terms of options. But it's a great way to save money on food as well. Yeah.
I was working in a coffee store for 12 years. So it's at the station, the Kiosk. You might have seen it, the Kiosk. So, and it's owned by the company, the company that owns the train stations. They have these little retail stores. Yeah. But in all those stores, you're not allowed to, as an employee, take the food home. Well, it has to be thrown away. That's, mandatory. You have to throw it. Containers per day.
Yeah.
Huge containers per day.
Wasteful.
Yeah.
It's a waste.
It's a waste.
Yeah. So when I was working there, eventually I decided, this is madness, and especially after I traveled to Ukraine back then, and I came back, I was like, what the hell, and here we just thrown everything away.
Yeah.
I mean, huge containers every day, and this is Burger King, Smullers, Kiosk, Broodzaak, all those stores at the train station in all the Netherlands. So I decided to every day at the end of my shift, in the middle of the night, collect all the bags, from my coffee stores then, not from the other stores was with impossible, but I had bags full, huge bags, and hand it out to the people in the night. Yeah.
Something very nice.
And they didn't like it, but at least the people liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something that I think that should change. NS stations and Kiosk. Yeah, no, it should definitely change. So I was doing that sometimes 1.5 hours per day, standing there giving the food. Here, it's still good. You can eat it the next day. No.
Yeah.
And to talk about, I'm working there. Don't say. Yes. Yeah. Shh. And eventually people recognized me also, like, oh, you're the guy that hands out fruit in the night. And yeah. And croissants, muesli, pre-made sandwiches with salmon, chicken. Still, the next morning, sure, eat it.
Yes.
Fine.
Yeah. It's such a waste, and it's too good to go. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But after that, they should still not throw it away, because at Too Good To Go they still earn money, and then after that just give it, I don't know, to a homeless shelter or something.
Yes. I mean, from our perspective of tourists, then I think it's a good way to save money.
Yeah.
But they should be some type of
regulation
that shouldn't waste so much food, especially because it's with us perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
It's just you cannot serve it the next day because people wouldn't buy it, wouldn't pay money for it because it's yesterday.
And croissants maybe a little bit hard or something. Yeah. Okay.
But there's people that need food.
I should be able to eat it. Yeah. Especially
instead of wasting the food, you could help someone.
Yes.
Yeah. Why did you go for couchsurfing in Amsterdam and not trusted house-sitters? You could have picked a cat, but now you're here with me and you're forced to do this podcast. So why couchsurfing in Amsterdam? Or was it like the dates have to match, of course. The dates have to match,
yes.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It's mainly that the dates have to match, and there are not a lot of pet sits in continental Europe yet. Most of the pet sits are in the UK, US, Australia.
Yeah.
And so
in English-speaking countries.
Yeah, there are a lot of in Germany, but
In
they're
Germany.
few and far between.
Yeah.
But in Germany, yes.
Yeah.
Because I
Yes.
know a German woman, Tina Yuli, who I reacted to in this video right here if I edited it. But she, indeed, is a German YouTuber who I met. She's doing this pet house sitting thing. Because then I texted with you. And then I was
Yes.
like, I told you maybe also in the chat before we met. Like,
Yes.
oh yeah, I heard of someone doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
If you maybe look at the map view in the app or in the website,
Yeah.
in the UK there's hundreds and hundreds.
Wow.
And control to Europe is like a dozen.
Yeah, a dozen.
Yeah.
You can check daily if there are new places.
Also, in very popular cities, they get filled very quickly. So a pet sit in Paris, for example, will last like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it gets filled with applications.
Yeah.
Because
We did apply for a seat
for a pet sit
in
Paris.
Amsterdam. No, in Amsterdam.
Oh, in Amsterdam.
But but it was like for January or something.
Yes.
And we weren't selected.
Yeah, we selected.
But we're here, so it's nice.
It's
Also, in America, there's this app or website that you get paid to walk someone's dog. I forgot the name.
Oh.
But it sounds cool, right? I mean,
Yes.
you just take the dog for a walk and then, hartstikke day, there's your $10 or I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
20, I don't know. Yeah. But it doesn't exist here, but I hope it gets here, because, yeah. You can just take a bunch of dogs, no?
Yeah.
What do you think about this? You think it's nice, Sebastian?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I see some doubts there.
well,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah, you want to have the house also.
yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a job.
Yeah, it is a job. Yeah, it's like Uber, but then with a dog, you're walking through the park.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Just, considering it from a tourist perspective.
No, indeed.
Yes.
You need a place to sleep.
A place to sleep. Yes.
But for example, if you're already sitting you need some extra cash. Oh yeah, let me just walk.
Yeah.
You're already in house sitting somewhere in Bulgaria, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would just walk this person's dog in the other street. Yeah.
And then go and have lunch with the money I just made.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it's only in the US, unfortunately. Well, I guess this is the podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your openness and really a lot of respect for you two.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think it was a very nice talk.
Yes.
Yeah, this is also our first podcast. Yeah,
And my second one.
yeah. Okay, well, it's great. I like that.
Yes.
And also thank you for hosting us
Sure.
here in Amsterdam. It has been great.
Yes.
It was very nice to meet you.
We have great experience as well.
And if you start your YouTube channel, it will be linked down below in the description.
Of course.
I don't know, Instagram, whatever you want linked will be down here.
Yeah, and we could collab in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we could. We could indeed.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, thank you guys for listening and watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Ciao.
Thank you. He's trying to manage my phone because it's tricky.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Plug. It's
Yeah, well, this is behind the scenes, as you can see.
Oh,
A lot of technical stuff going on.
yeah.
there's like a whole retro after.
Yeah.
There's some candles.
Hey, you made it to the end of this podcast. Very good. I enjoyed it very much and I hope you did as well. I just want to say there are 2 more questions I asked to Sebastian Josue and you can watch them by becoming a member of this channel. Linked down below. Here's a sneak preview.
Is it okay for you as a couple in Mexico? Like, do you feel safe?
It still depends on the city that we're on.
20 years ago, I think it was still considered a
Mental illness.
Whoa,
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Mexico's a very Catholic country.
Yeah. Now it's probably in the whole country.
There's a lot of stigma there. Maybe it's just my personal experience, but when you research a way to travel, I feel it's like on opposite ends of the spectrum. It's either the recommendations are some really expensive place, or the recommendation is like, sleep on a park bench.